So when you go against the grain, you must win. Okay, you're going to be a renegade. You got to be a successful renegade. Same thing being a renegade as going against the grain, being a renegade, same thing. Okay, renegades go against the grain by definition. So you got to prove yourself right in the end so that everybody can see that you actually had a good idea. Because there are some people who will see you going against the grain as soon as you start doing it, and they're going to be watching you to see what result you end up getting. Because even though they see you doing it, most people are not going to join you in going against the grain because most people tend to conform. And at the same time, there are going to be people who don't see you when you first start and they never even heard of you. But if you go against the grain and succeed, then they're going to hear of you and they're going to say, wow, look at that. That person did it. So I remember when I was in my basketball days, I came out of a Division III college. It was a level that anybody who knows the sports world knows that Division III athletes don't even dream about making it pro, let alone do we actually do it. I was able to make it happen. And there are some people, a handful of people, who saw me when I first started, when I came out of that college. They knew me in college or they knew me from growing up. And I told them I was going to go make it as a professional athlete. I doubt many people thought that I would actually be able to pull it off. There's a handful of people who saw it before I actually did it. But once I did it, a bunch of people who had never heard of me before saw me, and then they found out about the backstory. Division III college, only walked on a Division III college, only played 1 year of high school basketball. Now they're seeing the end product of it. And once they saw the end product and they found out, oh, this guy kind of went against the grain and achieved the success anyway, now they want to know, who is this guy? What's the story? Tell us more. How can I do it? Etc. So there are some people who will watch you do it from the beginning and they'll say, okay, you did it. I got to tip my hat to you. And there are other people who will not have ever heard of you from the beginning. Actually, for the most part, most people are going to be in the second group. They didn't know about you when you first started because nobody cares because you're a nobody who's achieved nothing at this point. But then once you achieve something, now everybody knows you. Now they want to know why you did it. And it's at that point you get to tell your story. Before that, doesn't matter. Okay, so if you fail, you may have a story, but you don't get to tell the story. The only time you get to tell a story in life is when you're successful. And only time people want to know about your story is when you have achieved success and now they want to know who's the person behind it. At that point, you can tell your story. If that does not happen, nobody cares. Simple, just simple humanity. Point number 2.